Alright, I still haven't fixed this stupid camera thing, but I wanted to talk about why some people, including myself, fall in love with the sport and it becomes more than just a game to them. It becomes a lifestyle, it becomes an obsession, it becomes a part of their identity. And I started playing baseball when I was 2.5, so I barely remember the first time I swung a bat, but um, I knew I was playing baseball, and like little, dad stands behind me and swings while helps me swing as a tee, and then I run to first, and, I'm playing in my yard with my grandfather, when I'm literally barely when I could just walk. And I fell in love with the game. Uh, I I love the game still, um, and I hope I still get to play with CWU's club team next year. Um, but this hat's from an opportunity I had that was really amazing. Um, and yes, I did wear this in a game, four to be exact. The thing is you get someone. For some instances, this is not the reason for some people to get obsessed with it all. But for me, this is my experience. I was picked on a lot, but for my entire childhood, I was fucking great at baseball. Always very good. Um, and I prided myself on that. And I'm someone who benefits from positive feedback. And so I thrived in baseball, and I still do. Every October, I have a manic episode where uh, because baseball season's over, and every fall, every bipolar springs up and bites me in the butt. But um, but I became obsessed with it, and this can happen to many things, But for me, it was baseball, and I've it was where I got my positive feedback. I was good at it. I loved it. It was, you know, the thing that I loved the most. And It gave me satisfaction. It gave me validation. Eventually, it gave me the two of my closest friends. Gave me opportunities to do things I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And I loved it. I loved it so much. Um, and that's a big reason why a lot of people fall into that is because maybe they don't get the satisfaction they need out of other things. And I mean, this can fall into categories like, you know, into any addiction really. I mean, it makes them feel things. I mean, if it's sex, if it's drugs, if it's alcohol, if it's even studying or academics, or you get this satisfaction, you get this feeling of like, yeah, I'm good. Or it's why everyone falls into an addiction. And you know I'd still do anything to go play baseball again. I'd take every opportunity I can. But I it's but when you play a sport for your entire life that you can remember, you it's no longer just a game, it's your life. And Being told you got to hang it up is hard. But um but it can be helpful for someone in a spot, to have some validation, I mean, most coaches, especially on select teams, I don't know about high school. I mean, sometimes high school coaches are dicks and they just follow the popular crowd. But um, most of select teams, usually a coach will be like, if you're fucking kicking ass, they'll back you up. And but found validation in baseball, and that was what I was good at. It's what I loved, and I it became a form of a drug to me. I loved it. I lived for it. Um, there's a reason why I still wanted to live for several reasons, and you know, it's it's amazing what athletics can do for you, and you know, I I just can't explain it. All the all the amazing things that have happened because of it. I've played in Montana, I've played in Idaho, I've played in Washington, obviously, I've played in Oregon, I've played in California, I've played in North Carolina, I've played in Nevada, I've played in, where else have I played? Um, Arizona, I've played in, I think that's it. But I've played in so many different cities and played all up and down California, all over Oregon, all across Washington, any place in Washington, you know. Um, uh, so, now, why is it zooming in on that? Okay, this is frustrating. I need to fix this. But I loved the game. It was amazing. And that's part of my life is baseball. Hopefully someday I'll get to coach a team, coach my kids. Um, hopefully they fall in love with the game too. But just make sure you're not blowing things by. But if you ever want to know why someone who maybe is struggling like that is so obsessed into one thing, maybe a video game or whatever, or school, or writing music, or playing in a band or singing in choir, maybe because they feel really good about it, and it's the one place they get validation. It's just an, just a thought, but um, that's why that's part of why I love baseball. Besides it being the greatest game on earth, and I swear, if any of you argue that, you're just wrong. But anyways, yeah, I know several people who I have a friend who weightlifts, and I think that's the same thing he does for me. That's his equivalent in baseball for me. Uh, and there's a couple of other examples I can think of, but anyways, uh, but yeah, but I will say this: building your success, building your validation, building your life off of something physical like someone, a sport, a an activity like drama or music is not the smartest thing. Building it off of a combination of mostly, I mean, if you believe in God, definitely build it off of your faith. But if not, build it off of friends, build it off of people who are going to be there, and don't just rely on one. But put your stakes in multiple areas. Don't put all your cards in one hand. That's what I would say. But if you believe in faith and you believe in God, put it all on Him. That's it. That's the only reason you should put all your cards in one place. Anyways, I will say adieu for today, and take care. And yeah, March can't come soon enough.